Apply. Let's see if it's working. Okay, it's working. My god. I don't know what I'll do. Hey. Okay. Apparently, whenever I go to study, this girl comes. Distraction. So मैंने सोचा शर्मा. Where is it? 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 TMBS, I guess I'll find it then. Okay. I don't know about solving sessions or not. Live, I guess. Yes, I'm live. Let's check the audio. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so here I am. TMBS, I guess I'll. Now, what my general instruction to you is skip to the part when the screen has video, right? When the screen has video, I'm making everything black. Okay, so whenever the screen has video, you can just skip to that part, and we'll be starting with mat 2 week 1 week 2. Till then, let me do some stuff. Let me arrange some stuff. Okay, that is it. And I will be using AI to study. Okay, this is a video where I will be studying alongside you. This is not a video of me teaching, right? I'll study and you'll understand. You'll find it then. This is not a video of me teaching, right? I'll study and you'll understand. You'll find it then. This is not a video of me teaching, right? I'll study and you'll understand. Week 2, week 2. You'll find it then. This is not a video of me teaching, right? I'll study and you'll understand. Week 2, week 2.
It's a sequential.
Okay. Then
So
here it is. Let's take this from here and find it then in its entirety. This is not a video of me teaching, right? For you guys, I'll study and you'll understand. Me, there is something going on in my screen. Yes. Week 2, right?
it's a sequential.
Okay. Then
So
here it is. Let's take this from here and find it then in its entirety. This is not a video of me teaching, right? For you guys, I'll study and you'll understand. Me, there is something going on in my screen. Yes. Week 2,
It's a sequential.
Okay. Then
So
here it is. Let's go with the new document. And find it this entire. This is not a video of me teaching, right? So you guys are study and you understand. Right. There is something going on in my screen. V2, V2. Right.
it's a sequential.
Okay. Then
So
2.1. Here it is. Let's go with the new document. And find it this entire. This is not a video of me teaching, right? So you guys are study and you understand. Right. There is something going on in my screen. V2, V2. Right.
it's a sequential.
Okay. Then
So
2.1. Here it is. Let's go with the new document. And find it this entire. This is not a video of me teaching, right? So you guys are study and you understand. There is something going on in my screen. V2, V2. Right.
it's a sequential.
Okay. Then
So
2.1. Here it is. Let's go with the new document. And find it this entire. This is not a video of me teaching, right? So you guys are study and you understand. So welcome again, guys. Let's start with lecture number 2.1 of IITMBS program. I am just another fellow student who's trying to study for the essence of right. As you can see, AI is really extensively to study. Okay, so let's go. JavaScript, collection, and arrays. Okay, so this will be start with what is the collection? Collection in JavaScript is a way to group multiple values together. The most common is array. Okay. So just study just like Python, right? We have the array where we store multiple values of same kind or of different kind. It does not matter until they are stored in this array. What is the collection? Collections are common. I am really bad at it. The most common is array. Okay. So just study just like Python, right? We have arrays and array multiple in JavaScript. Arrays can hold any value be it number, be it string, be it object, or even functions. So a JavaScript array can hold functions. Let me highlight this. I did not know that correctly. Orange is Python, right? Arrays and array. So unlike Java and C, by the way, any value be it number, guys, please remember that JavaScript and Java are not same, and they are not even from the same company. Okay, unlike Java and C, JavaScript arrays can mix types like Python lists. Okay, so here we do have one. That is this one. X. Let X. Okay, like Java and full lecture that we are assigning X variable a value that is JavaScript and Java are not in the form of an array. So when we can easily see that there's like Java and C, one string, one boolean, okay, and a function itself. This whole thing is a function. This one. And when we pass this code, let X into the console lecture that we are assigning. When we log this variable X into the console array, we get the entire array back. Let's ask Perplexity to make a code for this. One make it in one boolean and executable. This whole thing executable function HTML code. And when we pass this code, let's into the console lecture. Basically, when we log this variable x into the console array, we get the entire array back. Let's ask Perplexity to make a code for this. We can't make the function directly, so we'll show its type. So let's display array x.map. Okay, so basically this is some advanced stuff. This is not like advanced, but it is advanced for where we are currently in our course. And document.getElement by blah 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 array content. So basically it will give us the type of the content that each and every block of the array has, right? So we'll show its type. So let's display array x.map. Okay, so basically this is some advanced stuff. This is not like advanced, but here in this for where we are currently in our course. And document.getElement by blah 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 convert this into all files, and then the content that each and every array has arrays, so then show its JS. So let's display HTML. Okay, so right. This is some advanced stuff. This is not advanced, but here in this for where we are currently in our course. Okay, I went into Mad 1, converted this into code to Mad 2, and then arrays and right, arrays, array content called function in X3 with our okay, JS. So let's HTML. This is how we can show our array example into the JavaScript, where the array has content as follows. And when we call the function x, that is 0, 0, array is 0, right? Then 1 array content called 2, and then 3. So this will be used. Okay, this will be used. We can show with the argument 5, right? So calling the function, we get the answer 6. Once this entire function is executed as an element of the array x, as an element of the array x, 0, right? Then 1, alright, 2, let's 3. Remove all of this. This will be used. Okay, this one is content. We can show with the argument is 5. Okay, right? Then so calling the function, we get the answer 6. Once this, so let's learn how to access and use array an element of the arrays of x. It's array or arrays. It's array, but I call it array. Alright. Access an item. Use a square bracket and the index, wherein this index starts at 0. That index starts at 0. And this is how we are calling an array. So let ARR, this is a variable. This is an allowed variable. This is not a reserved variable, not a reserved character. This is allowed. Okay, ARR. And for this, we have created, by using ARR, we have created an access an item, stored it into the variable, and then we are trying to print this. Okay, whenever I say print, I mean console.log. I am really familiar with Python, so hence I am using that terminology. I will try to correct it in the coming lectures. Okay, so when we pass this into console.log, array 0, that is this. And for this, we have created, by using ARR, we have created an access an item, stored it 1, 2, and 3. Okay, trying to print 0. Okay, whenever I say print, I mean console.log. And apparently there is not a third familiar with Python, so there can be you can have try to correct it many of the lectures. There you can go on and on and pass this into console.log. Okay, so when we pass this will have the element at the 0th location, which is this 10. Let's increase our pace and complete this 0 a bit more fast. Whenever I say print, I mean console.log. Array length, and apparently begin you we can find the length of an array by using a top length property. So if we pass it using console log, if we basically print on and using console log a double r dot length, see this a double r dot length, we have select a double r dot length, which is dot length product will give us the number of elements in the number of elements in the array itself. Okay, array length. And apparently we can find the length of an array by using a top length. Well, arrays can have holes. Pass it using console. What? If you basically print on and on. So you can set the length of an array to be a large value, creating empty undefined slots. Okay. Dot length by can will give us the number of elements in the. What about calling number of elements? Okay, it's given in the array itself. So let's say I'm making an array of 5. See here, they are making an array with 5. However, they have defined the array. They have set the values of the array in the first line itself. So you can set length of an array equals to array of 1 to 3 empty and then they have set the length with dot length will give us to be 5. We have 2 empty elements here. So let's say we can fill 5. See here, 2 more elements here. 5. However, they have defined the array. They have set the value. And once when we try to print what's at and what's in the empty location, and the result set the length will come as undefined. If we try to print what's here in this empty slot, the result will be undefined. We can fill 2 more elements here. Iteration, looping over arrays. Defined here. Let me see. And once when we try to print what's at, I'm doing this so that there's empty location, a bit of clarity and tidiness come as undefined. If we try to print what's iteration or looping over arrays, there is there's this definition of what iteration means. It means going through each item in a collection, looping over arrays and arrays, strings, maps, and sets are all iterable in JavaScript. I'm doing this so that there's empty location, a bit of clarity and tidiness come as undefined. If we try to print what's iteration or looping over, so the basic way to iterate is definition of for iteration means it means for each item in a collection, looping over array, and for in loop, strings, maps. These are the 3 times sets. And then we have another all iterable in itself in JavaScript. We have studied for loop, for off loop, and for in loop in week 1. So I'll just go over it once. So for a simple for loop, we have let I at some set a variable wherein it has to go through the length of this particular array. These are the 3 times set. Basically, we have defining how much the loop will run. And then the style of iteration. For loop, for off. Here we have I plus in loop. We can also have I plus 2, I plus 3, I double slash, that is every even number. Let I so set a variable, and after iteration we are printing this. It has to go through the length. I'm not showing this particular basically I'm not showing this in the what's it called HTML format because it's in week 1 and it's already style of iteration. Here we have I plus in loop, and then for off loop. For this for off loop, this is recommended for arrays, that is wherein we use for loop, and then we use the constant value. We are assigning constant value. There has to be a value here, 2, 3, 4, n number of integers. Okay, of the array. Okay, so basically a value within the range of this array. Within the range of this array, it is not defined here. Let me copy and paste for this for off loop. This is recommended for arrays, right? Wherein the value should be within the range of this array. So it's here it can be constant value there has to be a value here, then 1 and 2. Okay, right, the maximum number this value can be, okay, is 2, basically a value within the range of this array. Array, which array? Of this array. It is not defined here for the spot of, and when we print it, we'll have the value, right, wherein the value and not all at once. First iteration, second iteration, and then third iteration. Then we have the last loop for the series of arrays, that is for in loop. This is not at all recommended for arrays. It gives indexes. Okay. So we are starting with constant index in an array. Basically, how many indexes? What are the index locations present inside the array? Again, not all at once. Line, first iteration, second iteration, and then third iteration. Then we have the last. Okay, for the series of arrays, for this array, for in this is constant index for array. In what array? In what indexes? Okay, in this array. So we are starting with constant index. When we print it, basically we'll get the value. How many indexes? What are the index locations? And 2 present inside the array. Again, not all at once. Line, first iteration, second iteration. Let's go on to the next topic, that is arrays with mixed type. You can put anything in a JavaScript array, even a function. Even a function. I was surprised to read this text. In what array? In what indexes? Okay, in this array. So we are starting with here. When we print it, this is a number, this is a string, and this right here and 2 is a function. When we pass the 0th element of y, we get the 0th element. The next topic, the value of 0 arrays with mixed type. We pass. You can put the second element, first element of a function. The array y, we get a string, and when we pass the second element, the second position element of the array y with an input of 5, we get a value of 6. And this right here, okay, let's go to 7th. When we pass setting array to null or changing length, we get, okay, the 0th, we can put null as a value the second element for an array. The array y, which eventually deletes the content, second element, which eventually deletes the content of that particular array y with an input. So in the first line here, we are seeing that we are assigning x. Let x be an array containing 1, 2, and 3. Then we put x array to null with the okay, what we can null called. We put an attribute null as a value. I don't know what null is called for an array. So finally, when we print it, using console.log, we are left with the value null. There is nothing inside the array, particular array. And you can change the dot length property to make the array longer or shorter. X, meaning if y is again the same y as we have seen right here, with the and we change the length to 10 and print what the length is, we get 10. Now, this being the first, this being the second, and this, we are left with the value. This being the third inside the array. When we call in the fourth element of that array, we will get an answer that is undefined. X, okay, meaning if y is again the same. Now, how to destroy an array? Right. A quick way to unpack values from arrays to variables in JavaScript. And we have an array here with let abc equals to array and log abc. So basically we are assigning values. Okay, so we have an array with values and we have some variables that we want to assign values. We can take the same length of an array with the same length of the variables, an array, and equate them, pack values from arrays to variables. Then we have an array here. The values of A, B, and C printed right at ABC. Basically, it's the zeroth law of ABC. So basically, we are assigning values. Okay, so we have an array with values, commutative property, and we have some variables that we want to assign values. Sorry, I forgot. We can take the same length. Okay, question number 9. Functions as arguments. The same length. You can pass functions to another function like map and filter. So let's say we have an array here. We have and let double equals to array dot Okay, so this is again basically a variable, I guess. So, let's see. So basically, we are assigning values. Okay, so we have an array with values, and we have some variables that we want to assign values. Sorry, I forgot. We can take the same
Reserved
question number 9
keyword
functions as argument.
yes.
You can pass functions to another function like map and filter. So let's say we have an array here. It's typical, and let double equals to array dot. Okay, so this is again basically a variable, I guess. Let's see. So basically, we are assigning values. Okay, so we have an array with values, and we have some variables that we want to assign values. Sorry, we can take the same
Reserved
question number 9
keyword
functions as arguments.
yes.
You can pass functions to another function like map and filter. So let's say we
It is
have
not a reserved keyword. Oops.
typical, and
Before we move forward, let me check if the voice is
okay,
clear
so
or
this is
not.
again a variable, I guess. Let's see. Basically, we are assigning values. So we have an array with values, and we have some values. Then we have the zeroth element, the value of zero is. Then we put x. So we have an array with values, and we have
What
some
is
variables
happening here?
that we want to assign values. We have to go to the length.
Shit. 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 Let's see if the issue is resolved or not. Come on, I should see this initially. No worries, no worries. Let's see if the issue is resolved or not. Come on, I should see this initially. No worries, no worries. They will not help. Not come. They have let this item and is a function. We pass zero element. We get and while any value number, guys, you know that JavaScript and JavaScript right. Okay, apologies, apologies. Let me start once again. So let's see what's a collection. A collection in a JavaScript is a way to group multiple values together. The most common way is an array. Then an array can hold numbers, strings, objects, and even functions. This is pretty important. Java arrays can mix types. In Java, we can mix types. Okay, we can access an element by using the index of that element along with the array and blocks. Okay, apart from that, arrays can have holes with undefined values. As you can see right here, we have made an array with three elements, that is 0 1 2, and we have assigned the value, sorry, my bad, we have assigned the array a length of 5. After assigning the an array the length of 5, when we print the array, we have 0 1 2, sorry, my bad, 1 2 and 3 with two empty items. And when we try to access the index 4, which is not present in the original array, we get an answer that is undefined. After that, when we iterate over array, there are three most common ways. That is for loop. As you can see, a for loop here, a simple for loop here, then for off loop, wherein we have, okay, why is it not working, wherein we have a constant value,
of the array of this particular array, and then we print it. So first iteration, second iteration, and then third iteration. For in loop, we have an array, we have a constant index, and the first iteration, second iteration, and the third iteration. What is the difference between for of and for in? Firstly, it's written that it is recommended for array and this is not recommended for array, because for of loop gives us the value inside the array, and for in loop gives us the index of the array. Arrays with mixed types, wherein array can store a number, a string, or even a function. We can print them individually by accessing 0th, first, and second element for this particular array y. The printing answers would be 1, the string b, and 6. Why 6? Because we have also input a value along with accessing that element. So 5 a, that is 5 plus 1 6. Setting arrays to null or changing length. We can set an array to null which deletes its contents. Okay, so here we have defined an array and then set that array to null and print that array. The answer that we will get is null. Same that extension of the length of an array. This is the same concept that we have studied earlier. Destruction of an array. Basically create an array. Okay, destructuring, not destruct, is destructuring of an array. So we have an array and then we have another array with 3 variables. If we go with the property 1 equals 2, a equals b, and then b equals c, which eventually means that a b equals to b array. What am I doing? Basically the values inside this array will take the values from the original array. So a will give us the value 1, b will give us the value 2, and c will give us the value 3. Functions as an arguments. Okay, callbacks. You can pass a function to another function like map and filter. So basically we have an array, we have a variable. This is a variable, this is not a reserved keyword, and we use the array dot map wherein the function goes num becomes num times 2. So every number inside the array will become twice once it's passed through the function. So if we print the function double, sorry, if we print the variable, or what's it called, the array double, which will print an array containing the elements which are twice of its corresponding index values. Then we have generators. Generators are special functions that can pause and resume using yield, used for advanced scenarios like custom iteration and concurrency. Okay, there's no much stuff for it, and I again apologize for the poor audio quality. Let's check it once again. Array can store a number, a string, or even a function. We can print the functions as arguments. Okay, arguments. You can pass it. You can pass it. This is the index. Okay, let's go back to the IITM site and solve activity 1.
I'll come to screencast. I'll do the screencast after this. Okay, which of the following is correct regarding the JavaScript array? All elements should be of same data type. No. It can contain elements of different data types. Yes. It is a collection. Yes. It cannot have more than element. No. False. Which of the following is correct statement? An iterable is an object whose elements can be accessed sequentially. Okay. An iterator is an object whose what is an object whose element can be accessed sequentially. Both of these are the same. Exact is an object. Is an object. Okay, there's a mistake in the question itself, I guess. So this is tuka. Apparently yes and yes to both the respective statements. What is callback function? A function that is passed as an argument to the function. A function that can take function as an argument. Okay, a function that is passed as an argument to the function. Okay, a function that can both. Which of the following is an iterable object? Well, an array is a set is yes, not a string. I guess you can iterate individual characters of that string. So if you have, let's say, if you have hi, my name is Khan, you can individually iterate through HIMYNAMEISKHAN. I guess this is the case. We'll see. If I'm wrong, I'll miss a point. But let's not take the chance. Fifth, which of the following is not a collection? So apparently map is not a collection, map is a function. See, string, as I said, string is an iterable object and string is not a collection, map is a collection. Okay, so map basically creates another array. Okay, in that example, which example? This one, we can clearly see that map has created another array. So yes, it is a collection as it is creating a collection. Okay, a function is passed as an argument to a function that can take function as an argument. Okay, these are two completely different lines. Let's elaborate it using AI. A function that is passed as an argument to a function. A callback function is a function that is passed as an argument to another function and is intended to be called back at a later time, usually after some kind of event or an operation completes. Okay, so we have greet time, name, and callback. Callback is a function that is passed as an argument, and callback has name. The function say hello, name, then we have print name plus that. Okay, greet Asha, say hello. Say hello is the callback function. Here say hello is passed as an argument. Why not other option? A function that can take function as an argument that describes a higher order function, not specifically a callback. Okay, to be quite honest, I myself did not understand anything this question asks. Let's go on to another one. This though question is wrong in itself. Let's see the answers. Okay, 4. Not bad. Let's go to the screencast. Here we have so I don't think so this is necessary, but knowing what we know from Mad 1, I can definitely tell you that there will be questions in Q1 from screencast itself. So let's do one thing. You guys wait for a minute and let me see what I can do. And we will come back for screencast. Okay, so guys, the thing is, you'll have to see this entire video of 20 minutes, because if I go on to explain this video, it will take more than an hour. Okay, so better that you watch this video of 20 minutes and come back, and I'll go on to 2.2 and eventually this screencast. Okay, watch all the screencasts, watch each and every screencast that is available. Okay, what I'll be doing is lecture 1, lecture 2.2, lecture 2.3, lecture 2.4, lecture 2.5, lecture 2.6, and all of their respective activity questions. And at the end, we'll do the practice assignment for this. And I think this will not take more than what's it? It will not take more than an hour. Okay, I'm ending the stream right now, and I'll come back with the next section of this. Okay, this was my first time in a long time doing this streaming of the study subjects. So let's hope you guys come back, and I apologize for the quality issues. I'll fix it in the next stream.